Day 21 of 21 days on the road, and all roads lead to Victor, Colorado. Here we are, and it's a great pleasure. We're going to take a tour of this property, and you're going to see agriculture at its finest with health and wellness added in. GreatWolfResort.com, and Nate Rockwood here along with us. Nate, we're going to do a tour. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having this awesome experience. We've got beautiful sunshine. We've got some Colorado mountain dogs below us, and we're getting ready to head into the main entrance. So
on this 4th of July, our Independence Day, this is where we wanted to stop. We saw 1,600 miles in state of Colorado, and we land here at Victor, Colorado. Why? It's the best of the best. Stay tuned and check out our partners that made this programming possible for you. We'll be right back and show you the Grey Wolf Resort.
I don't see them. Do you see them?
I don't see them.
I don't know where the heck they are. At least we know they're in Colorado somewhere.
Somewhere.
I'm going to go find them. But in the meantime, let's go back into the chef's playground.
Sounds like a good idea.
Hey, Colorado. Rich O'Brien here with Elevation Food Service Reps. Monica Leonard helping me out here. We just got back into the chef's playground. Big supporters of the Modern Eater. We hope you guys are having a great time out on the road trip. I'm getting kind of excited to go see those guys.
Oh, super excited.
You know, the Modern Eater, we're super excited to be supporters, sponsors, and boy, these guys are really doing a lot for the Colorado food service community and all of our restaurateurs, especially as we come out of COVID. What we've got here is what we like to call our chef's playground here at Elevation Food Service Reps, with all the brands that we represent, a lot of best-in-class brands.
Yes.
And Monica's been real helpful in helping get a lot of these events set up for people to come in here. We want you to feel very confident coming in here to use some of our state-of-the-art equipment. So look us up at elevationfs.com or give us a call over here at 303-750-3727, and just let us know what you'd like to demo. Come see us.
Get you set up.
Yes, we are a Colorado family-owned business. We have our very own Colorado shelf.
Hey there, Barbecue All-Star. This is your year, so what if you weren't drafted? The only draft you need to be worried about is actually spelled D-R-A-U-G-H-T, and it's adult for the word beer. It's barbecue season, baby. Now get out there and grill your ass off.
Counting down the minutes to where I was going to crack this open and take it home myself, but I decided I would stock you guys up for your road trip.
Hi, I'm Jeff Nations from Aspen Baking Company. It's really important right now to support local. That's why I support the Modern Eater. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to Grey Wolf Resort. Nate, we're going to go on inside right there. Michelle's waiting down there. All systems go.
systems are go.
Michelle's going to take us, open the gate, and we've got Chef James Doxson here along with us. He made the trip up to Grey Wolf Resort along with Jonna from Colorado Mills Sunflower Products, and we got Marley and Jack and Odin the dog. Let's go in and check out Grey Wolf Resort. Excited, everybody?
Absolutely.
So here at the Grey Wolf Resort, we do raise Colorado mountain dogs. That's the one sitting below us here, Odin. He's super soft and fluffy, but he's also a fearless protector of both the people and the animals here.
Okay, why do we like Grey Wolf Resort so much? Because you need to connect with your agriculture again, and this is your separation right here, Nate. This is where you love to have guests and have the
absolutely.
Airbnb experiences and also do your foraging experiences. Check them out online, but also check them out at Airbnb. Come visit Grey Wolf Resort. Michelle's in the truck now, and now we're going to go take off. Talk about all the great things as we go through the entrance that you offer here at Grey Wolf Resort.
So we have quite a few awesome things. So the first one is a new one being offered this year, which is right next door. We've got 18 holes of disc golf. So we have Alta Vista Disc Golf Ranch, 18 holes of a private pro-amateur disc golf course in nature up here in beautiful Victor, Colorado. Takes up to a day, sometimes a day and a half to go through that whole course over there. And so one of the many amenities you can add to your experience if you wanted to just come and hang out for the weekend and do some disc golfing. It's quite a fun experience. We also have a new Airbnb experience coming called Farm Fit, and so I'll let Michelle talk about that. But something coming up, hopefully by the end of the summer, we'll have available. So
Yeah, hopefully next weekend we can get it up. But what it is, it's a Fight Gone Bad style workout where I set up some different stations for people, anything from rope climbing to tire flipping, some Highland Games action like caber toss and shot put. And so we'll have a couple heats going on through the weekend for people to come out and work out with nature. And then we would love to incorporate the aspect of our agriculture and nutrition by having like a barbecue or something with our paleo diet that's so good for us that we get to offer with the livestock and the things that we have here on the ranch.
I'm sorry?
I would say kind of like CrossFit out in the middle of nature.
It is wonderful. It's a multi-purpose property to where if you want to come and just rest, come and just rest. If you want to have a workout experience with Michelle, come for that. If you want to do disc golfing, come for that. We came this weekend, Chef James Doxson, to cook our brains out, and it was a delightful time. What accommodations that they have, huh, Chef?
Oh my God, so many good accommodations. My wife and I are staying in this Airstream that's super decked out, super retro, really fun. They got all these tiny houses. They got a jacuzzi upstairs. They got a pool table downstairs. You can work out. You can just enjoy yourself in nature. But you know what? They have this badass smoker, and we surely utilized it earlier, and it was super fun making food for everyone.
Have to recognize Chef Jeff Jabot, who's driving us around in his pickup truck right now. And Chef put together a delicious meal for us today and using his smoker. And then also yesterday, you killed it with such delicious food. We made a gumbo, and Seattle Fish Company provided us a great halibut. So you're somebody who loves the food aspect, the culinary aspect, but connecting with agriculture and having an experience with other peers of yours to come here for a weekend. It's invaluable, isn't it, Chef?
It's so much fun, so invaluable getting to meet Chef Jeff, making these connections with Nate and Jeff and Michelle and the whole family. It's amazing to meet new people and kind of bridge this gap between, my normal home of Denver and getting out here into nature and really connecting.
Okay, stop right here, Jeff. This is where the fun begins. We're going to set up. We're going to show you this property right now. I need to pause and take a time out to recognize our great Colorado partners that have made it possible to do this programming on day 21 of 21 days on the road. Here we are. All roads lead to Victor, and we'll be right back. Crest. Yes! Scott Jones, my friends, what's happening?
Yep.
Do you mind if I dig in?
Dig in.
Let's dig in. All right. Woo, boy, I know this. Let's start with this, though, because this is on my breakfast table all the time.
Yep, got the staples here. You got to have eggs. You got to have milk.
This is the best bacon right here ever.
The Polidori family supplying us with chorizo, heavy cream for the chefs, right? Natalie's strawberry lemonade, a legendary chocolate milk.
I'll tell you what. Hey, thanks for joining us. Chef Nate's here with us. He's the owner of this property along with Michelle. We've got Jonna from Colorado Mills. We've got Chef James Doxson. He's the culinary director of Vibe Concepts. Jeff Jabot, who's in there at Hesher Food Truck. And then we also have Marley. And what happened to Jack? There he is.
Jack's right there.
Hey, what's happening, Jack?
And Odin.
Okay. Set the stage right here. We're coming in the entrance, and the first thing you see is just this grand entrance with this amazing structure at the beginning of the property.
Yeah, so this is what's known as the Barn Lodge. It's a barn dominium, which is essentially a name for a barn that's been turned into a house, condominium style. So the upstairs is what's known as the suite, the Barn Lodge suite. It's available for rent, along with the entire barn, which has 2 downstairs bedrooms. You can also piecemeal them out and rent them separately, but anyone who's interested to come up can certainly rent this particular building here.
There's the Airstream Chef Doxson was talking about.
So we also have a new amenity this year, which is an infrared sauna. And that, of course, is a medical-grade sauna. It came from a chiropractic office, so one of the many amenities you can use. So certainly a lot of fun to get a massage and hit the sauna if you're up here. We do have 2 certified massage therapists that are available to come out with advanced booking. So we're coming up now on the barbecue smoker that was just brought up to us from the students from the Texas Ag Mechanics program. And we are in construction right now, doing a little bit of work, adding some electrical lines in for these new units out here. We will take a look at some of our pregnant sows that will be up here at the end of the road here.
Pause just a second, Jeff. That is the smoker, and I want you to just take that a quick moment to talk about the story of you had a couple of guests that came here, and they were visitors to Gray Wolf
Yeah.
Resort.
So we had a couple on their honeymoon come up here, and they happened to be agriculture teachers from Texas. Of course, they were able to fall in love with the property, and as agriculture teachers, they taught the shop class, and so they wanted their students to be able to have a real-world project, and so the students built this barbecue smoker in their shop and welding class, and then came out here and stayed for 5 days. Of course, many of those students never had a chance to leave Texas before, so a great opportunity for some folks in rural Texas to be able to do a real-world project and then come experience Colorado. And so we're very grateful for it. And obviously, it's one of the many amenities that you can use as a guest when you're out here. We can put together some great barbecue packages. We certainly encourage people to do that because we have a lot of farm-to-table options. But we have that smoker, barbecue grills, you name it. We've got plenty of different cooking apparatuses you can use for you and your families.
Yeah, your guests aren't just guests when they come here. They are your family. You and Michelle do your darndest to be able to make sure that people are very comfortable when they're on the property, and you do a lot of interactions with the guests. As Jay does this 360 kind of vista look at the property there. You see across the way right there, that's the Frisbee Golf area that's adjacent to your property, and that's the neighbor's property. And Mike, if Jay, if you'll hand me a stick mic real quick, I want to hand it over to Jonna, because there's your new property that's going online right there. And Jonna had the maiden voyage inside of that little house right there. Talk about that real quick, Jonna, and were you comfortable?
Oh, it's so comfortable in there. The beds, all of the decorations, it's so clean and open. The couch is great for napping. I think I've taken like 3 naps this weekend.
So you folks that work remotely, right? If you're a writer, if you're somebody that wants to connect with agriculture, or if you're a group that wants to come here and take advantage of the whole resort of Gray Wolf Resort, that's the type of lodging that will be available to you, and I'm sure you will find the accommodations to be quite amazing and pleasant. The wellness aspect is really true. That's why we ended our trip here, 21 days on the road at Gray Wolf Resort, because we knew we needed a little healing ourselves, and that's exactly what you provided to us on this 4th of July. It's a Sunday. It's a beautiful day, and this can be you too. Chef Jeff Jabot, let's head on down that way there by the pigs, if you would.
So Chef's just going to kind of follow the road that we have put in here, and we'll take a peek at a couple sows that we have up here. We do raise heritage breed pigs up here. We are in the process of shrinking down our herd, though, focusing more on cow-calf operations, so beef and then also lamb. But these sows right here are very friendly. Obviously, they get quite a few treats and have a wonderful little structure we have set up for them. Normally they'd be in a larger pasture, but again, these ones are pregnant, so we wanted to make sure they had room to birth and plenty of space to birth without having to worry about competing against any of the other pigs. And these pigs are the Mangalista, so as a heritage breed, very tasty pig, but also a very healthy pig, meaning that the fat from it is really good for you. So most people think pork fat's no good, it causes heart disease, all that stuff. Well, these pigs were bred for their healthy fats, high in omega-3s, antioxidants, things you might find in a smoked salmon or something like that, but in pork. So
I'd love to touch on that really quick, just because it's a big kind of pet peeve of mine. Is, back when the Crisco came out in that industry, they put a really bad name to lard, right? And lard actually, pig fat, again, like you said, has so much nutrition in it, and a lot of oleic acid, which is what people talk about in olive oil, which is good for your heart, good for your brain, all of these things. And lard, actually, pig fat has more oleic than olive oil. So it's actually really healthy for you, and it's, you know, eating those natural fats and those natural meats, especially from a heritage breed and from a beautiful farm like this with happy pigs. It's going to be such a good thing for you.
We were able to be some of your first guests as you were just moving into Grey Wolf Resort. And one of the things that are buzzwords right now, but really mean a lot to you, is sustainability and regenerative. Being able to be good stewards of your land and the husbandry to your animals as well are very important to you. And as we've been some of the first guests, we've gotten to see Grey Wolf Resort grow, but not get worse. You've done a great job in order to just be great stewards of this land. But talk about why that's important to you as chef, as you drive down there. And this is our third year. Jay's almost lost his life coming out of this truck down this hill. But this is the programming that we want to bring you. Go ahead and talk about that.
Well, one of the main things that we focus on as farmers, you need to take a right here, chef, and kind of just go down the hill. Just follow the road, just go slow. It is a little steep. But one of the things we want to do is create more soil. And so, unfortunately, when you talk about sustainability right now, especially in restaurants or in the food industry, or even in agriculture, it's kind of a greenwash thing where everyone wants to be sustainable. But the reality is, to be sustainable takes a lot, and it's going to take a lot of effort from everyone to really get to that point. But what we can do on small scale is little things ourselves. And so one of the big things we do here, obviously, is try and create soil. We do that using the ruminants who graze the grass. We also do that by recycling food scraps to both the hogs, as they are omnivores, meaning they'll eat both meat and vegetables, and also the chickens, feeding them all the scraps that normally would go into the trash. We try to turn that back into soil. And then really we just try and add to the land. So you'll see that there's quite a few trees that have been cut down. We're trying to help with both fire mitigation and grazing. So we're trying to increase the grazing capacity of the land by cutting down trees and getting more grass available for the cows. That's also helping us speed up the process of nature. And so we're chipping a lot of the wood and then just, again, putting it back onto the soil. So kind of just a fun experience now as a chef to be able to do some of the things that we started to do in the restaurant, you know, the composting and the recycling and things like that, and then now take them to the next level where you actually see that, you know, the scrap that goes normally in the trash that goes into the chicken then poops it out. That poop then becomes the soil that is able to grow this wild onion or whatever it is that we taste. So.
Now look at these happy cows. They're out here and just roaming the land and the property and from pasture to pasture. But talk about what you have as far as livestock.
So as far as livestock goes, again, we're switching to focus mostly on beef, but we do raise heritage hogs, lamb, and a variety of other livestock. But the focus is going to be on these beef cows here. And so what we're doing is trying to breed a strong, healthy cow. And so unfortunately in the animal world, it's seen a lot of bad things happen to it, much like with people, and that many of the animals have lost their strong genetic ability to fight off diseases, and it kind of forces us, unfortunately, in the industry to use a lot of antibiotics and hormones and other things like that aren't necessarily necessary, but they become necessary when the animal doesn't live in a good environment or is forced to essentially be unhealthy. So our cows, we try and minimize the amount of shots, you know, antibiotics, hormones that we use. We try and give them a completely organic diet if possible. And then we're trying to breed in some strong genetics. And so you'll see a lot of these cows are fluffy and friendly. And so they're actually Highland cows, which are Scottish Highlands originally bred for higher altitudes, a little bit better at foraging up here and getting some forage from more rocky terrain. But they're also just a really good sturdy cow with strong genetics, so they'll be good at fighting off diseases. Most cows in America nowadays, unfortunately, have a very minor genetic pattern, essentially meaning they only came from a certain number of cows, so they don't really have strong genetics. A lot of dogs, actually, and so you end up having a lot of issues because of inbreeding, essentially. And so we're trying to bring in a variety of breeds and creating a cow that's going to be strong genetically, tasty as well, friendly, you know, all the things that you'd want to find in an animal. And then also we want to make sure, of course, it has a great life, because we feel that that's the most important thing. There's a lot of Native American and spiritual belief that when you consume the flesh of an animal, you're consuming its soul. And so if we give these animals a great life, we believe that when we consume them, then obviously that we'll be able to reap the benefits of that, instead of giving an animal a terrible life and then kind of facing the consequences.
Well, hear, and cheers. And this is why I love Colorado so much. I mean, the diversity that you have on this farm and ranch itself is amazing. And what I love about Colorado is whether it's the Eastern Plains or the Rocky Mountains or into the west in Palisade and Grand Junction, farming and ranching changes so much. And right now, you see the high altitude farming and you see that highland breed of cows that you have on this farm, and to be able to utilize this different terrain, because you've seen it already. There's a little bit of flat land for farming here. There's a lot of rocky and steep edges that you have to be able to learn how to utilize your land that you have. So when you first got here to Grey Wolf and you did the surveying, what was on your mind when you were like, how can I get get the best utilization of this land for farming and ranching?
Well, originally what was on our mind was kind of our basics. So we were thinking about water. And so we're actually in a great area as far as water goes. This 8 Mile Creek is actually mostly underground. And so if you drill into the ground, you can get spring water pressure. So all of our animals receive artesianal spring water. So cleaner water than you get in most cities. So that's one of the main things. Obviously, we also wanted to look at the soil content. And if you were to hop down here, and in fact, I'll grab some here real quick just because we're here, but we've got this beautiful black soil, and that is what you might find in volcanic soil. And so high quality, organic, untouched. We do a lot of what's called biodiversity in the biosphere, essentially looking at the soil as a living organism and how do we help support that organism instead of just strip it of its resources. So.
Where do you want Chef to drive to now?
We have the arch right there too.
Yeah, so from here we can kind of head on to the end of this road, and it'll end towards the lamb and the hog pastures, and we can hop out and finish up this tour of our property. We do have about 1,500 acres that we have access to with our neighbors in a collaborative grazing and agricultural agreement, and so it looks like one of the dogs is just chilling in the pond. So it doesn't look like she'll be allowed inside.
They're having fun up here for sure.
Yeah, we are pet friendly. So again, if you're interested in visiting, dogs are welcome as long as
I thought that was an alligator.
I know, right? It's a Cherokee alligator. And we do weddings here. We have the arch back there.
Yeah. So we just passed the arch. We do weddings. We've had a few of them here. Most of them smaller and boutique, but we're happy to cater to any wedding that would be interested.
Well, John, hop on that. You fell in love with the place and you said, hey, I'd like to turn my sister onto this for maybe potentially having her wedding here.
Yeah, they've been engaged for over a year, maybe a year and a half now, and had to keep canceling stuff because of COVID. And I think they'd love it out here. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Well, and what we did last year, we had a wedding here, and it was for a couple that is native to the area, so they're, the mountain type. And so they participated with us while we got a pig and butchered the pig and then put it in the smoker form, smoked it all day. And then by the time their guests came, they had the ceremony. We had some hors d'oeuvres down here for them that Chef Nate made. And then afterwards with the pork that we made a meal for them, and then they were able to give it to their guests as like a wedding gift for their people. So that's kind of something different that we offer that you probably don't find
That's awesome.
other places.
Agriculture, health, wellness, a getaway, actually, and just a place for special occasions and special memories. And I don't want to jump this or preempt what's about to happen, but Chef James Doxson, you're going to do something a little special on this property today as well, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I am, yeah. Yeah, we're actually going to be announcing my wife and I's pregnancy.
Awesome.
That we're having a little one, and we might actually find out the gender as well from our genetic test.
And congratulations,
cool.
and what a very special place to be able to do that at.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was such a beautiful place. We kind of, when we knew we were coming, it was kind of like, well, why would we not do it here, It's such a special place, beautiful, our new home in Colorado here, since we've been here for 8 years and not planning on leaving anytime soon.
What a great testimony to the property, and congratulations once again, Chef.
Thank you.
Here we are towards the end. You got some gates here, and I don't know if Chef Jeff Jabot going to have to try and turn around. Tell us where we're at first.
So we're in the middle of the interior pastures, and so we can just kind of stop here for a minute and take a look. But in front of us, we've got the fourth of 5 interior pastures. This fourth and fifth pasture where the goats and the lamb are. So we had quite a few goats that usually would go to the military when they would come, and so we've shrunk that down again, and mostly focusing now as far as our production for sale on the beef and the lamb. But we do have quite a few hogs that we're working on shrinking down. And so beyond this pasture, you'll see the 2 interior pastures. You can kind of see the hogs through there, kind of doing their thing and grazing about. Down to about 40 hogs, hoping to get down to less than 10 by the end of the summer. And then focusing again mostly on the beef and the lamb. We do feed all of our animals, though, a sunflower pellet from Colorado Mills. And so one of the tricks of the trade, so to speak, it helps give a lot of quality protein to the animals, and actually I think it's going to end up giving a great flavor profile as well. So
Let's break away one last time, and we'll wrap it up right here from Great Wolf Resort. We have to recognize our great partners that are great Colorado brands. Take a look at these guys, and we'll be right back.
Studio Kitchen here, guys, delivering some butter for your road trip.
So what you doing in my parking lot?
So Sawaj is a artisanal company that focuses on European-style butter and cheeses. Yes, so we have our 84% European-style butter, grass-fed butter. This one is 100% grass-fed butter, over 84% butter fat content, which means there's more butter fat, less water, cooks better at higher temperatures, perfect for baking.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that.
Look at the color of that.
Mm-hmm. That's the first thing that our customers notice.
What?
This is a new release. We don't even have it out yet, Greg. This will be going to retail this weekend.
Oh, look at that. Thanks again.
Absolutely.
Martine.
Man,
Later.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, I'm Amber with Strohauer Farms, and I'm just here to remind you that the best potatoes are grown here in Colorado. Goodness elevated. Thanks for watching the Modern Eater Show.
Farm box foods.
We are a company who builds farms and shipping containers. So we make hydroponic and gourmet mushroom farms.
Welcome back to Great Wolf Resort, and I think we're going to spin around and head back up. Let's finish this baby off right. Where do you want to go next, Nate?
Well, I think we're going to head back up to get ready for dinner. So I think we've got some incredible ribs that Chef Jeff has been cooking. We've got an incredible potato salad that was put together with some wild onions we were foraging earlier. I'm pretty sure we've got a ton of fireworks because it is the 4th of July. And, of course, anyone who decides to come out here doing a family reunion or anything like that, you're welcome to customize your experience with us. We love to sell out the whole property. Big fans of doing groups and events, everything from yoga retreats to family reunions to weddings to just fun experiences out here on the farm. And we are looking forward to tonight. And, boy, it's been a heck of a weekend. I'm sure it's been a great road trip, but I'm sure looking forward to it being over.
You know what? If we could stay here forever, we probably would. Don't take our word for it. Do yourself a favor. Check it out online, Grey Wolf Resort and greywolfresort.com. These are the folks that you will get to talk to. Nate and Michelle. This is really, really a great place for groups and events. But if it's just you and you want to come and you need some health and wellness, you can do that as well. Airbnb is where you can find the properties. It is in Victor, Colorado. The Modern Eater took the opportunity to spend our last weekend on the road right here in Victor, Colorado at Grey Wolf Resort. It's always a pleasure catching up with you guys, and the property is just looking better than ever. This is my home away from home. It's my getaway. I appreciate everything that you guys not only do for this community, but the communities and beyond, and really touching everybody at the Modern Eater. It means the world to us. Thanks again.
Of course. Well, thank you for having us. We are looking forward to becoming more and more of an institute for connecting people and food and nature and agriculture, and hope to pioneer, so to speak, some of these new school values here in Colorado. Again, food is one of those things. It's a universal religion, so to speak, so we can all connect through it. Regardless of our race or sex or gender or any of those things, we all have to eat. So it's one of those wonderful things that in Colorado we can all be pioneers once again, I think, by supporting each other, in our culinary aspects and supporting the agriculture throughout the state. Of course, all the great chefs that we have, these partnerships that we've developed between chefs and restaurants and farms is just incredible. And we look forward to kind of being a mecca for all of that here in the future. And I can't wait to go try some grub tonight. So.
We work strong together, and that's really the way that it should be done. On behalf of Jay Parker, who's done such a great job, and we've got a ton of videos for you to see from our 2021 road trip. Those are all waiting there for you, not only on themoderneater.com, but on our Facebook and YouTube. We'd appreciate it if you throw us a like. And so for Chef Jeff Jabot, who's driving us around, thank you, Chef Jeff. Check out his food truck in Denver. It's Hesher Barbecue. And thank you to Jonna in Colorado Mills for spending some time with us on this road trip. It's been a blast. Thanks, Jonna. And then for Chef James Doxson, he's the culinary director for Vibe Concepts. We also have Ryan Evans from Brews Beers and his wife, Rachel, up the way there. They're waiting for us with a couple of cold beers. And then thank you to, obviously, Marley and Jax for being here with us today, and Michelle and Nate.
Oh, and Odin, you can't forget him.
How can you forget
this
Odin?
Big dog's going to have puppies. So.
He's running the land. I'm Greg Hollenbach. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us on this road trip, and we'll be getting at you soon. We'll kick that rock on down the road, and we'll see you next time on The Modern Eater Show.